you know, changing and writing a law is difficult. That's why we have a republic. What we effectively have done is delegated the laws that we want to make to our elected representatives, and they do it for us. But when they make laws that you may not agree with, it's really difficult to change or be involved or have an opinion or get something done. So the question becomes, is it possible for the average person to be able to change a law? And there definitely are cases where people do that. And in some cases, the lawmakers encourage it. We have the contest here in Senate District in Silicon Valley where the senator has a contest called There Ought to Be a Law. And I've talked about that in the book there, How to Change a Law. And there are several other assembly members here in California and in Pennsylvania, lawmakers who have adopted that where they get input from the constituents. The other thing that people do is they're involved in the budgeting process for their cities, and then they have a say in how taxes are used and what programs are included. So the question becomes, what do we do that's different? I mean, you can do this on your own, or you can learn how to be more effective. I mean, there are less effective ways of changing laws, and I'll list a couple of them. And there are obviously more effective ways. So the less effective ways are simply marching, protesting, holding signs, signing petitions at the local grocery store. And people do that all the time. But I think you'll find when people become more aware of the process, they work within the structure to solidify what it is they want to say, how they want to say it, who they should contact, and really have an effective strategy. And here at iLobby, that's really what we're doing. We're trying to set you up for success. So the game is, it takes a long, if I go back to my original statement, it's very difficult to change or write a law. I heard a well-known radio personality say that to his millions of listeners the other day on the radio. And I absolutely agree with that. I think, however, what we're saying is it possible to streamline it where citizens are more aware of what needs to be done? And then can we remove the obstacles to success? Can we find a way that is more effective than you as an individual simply writing a letter to your representative, whether it's at the federal, state, or local level, and then discovering that they don't even sit on the committee, or they are one of 100 lawmakers who might vote on the issue when in fact they're looking at thousands and thousands of bills? How do you rise above the noise? How do you get your message heard, and how do you get recognized? And I've talked about this where I think the three components really are: you have to have message, mass, and money. You have to have a clear message about what you want to get done. You have to have a supportive group of people who agree with you and are willing to support your efforts, and you've debated the topic and you really know what you want to say. And then of course you have to have the resources. I use money as the qualifier there, but it's really the resources, meaning you have to have the time, the knowledge, the know-how, kind of the training, a sense of the network, who sits on what committee, what to do, and this can all get very complicated. So again, what we're trying to do is saying, we know there's frustration out there. We know people want to get things done. We know that they may not have a framework for how they want to get it done, and they're not sure exactly who to hire, how it would work, what they would need to achieve. And so the point of the campaign or debate platform at iLobby is that you are able to throw your idea out there, figure out what elements are going to support it, get good feedback so you can sharpen it, and come away with a better sense of what you need to get done, and then begin to attract an audience, and then find the right lawmakers who are sitting on the right committees, who in fact could sponsor your idea, turn it into a bill, get it written up, much like I've talked about and we've shown with the Chet Campanella story, where he actually pursued this and has a couple of bills in Congress right now, in the House, that were written up by San Jose Congresswoman Zoe Lofgren, who has that district down near the San Jose area and around there. And then be in a much better position to compete on a level playing field. And that's really what you're after. So the point of it is we have tools and training and a platform to help you succeed, and we want to remove the obstacles so that you have a better shot at getting your idea and moving it forward. And that's really what, all of this is all about anyway. So I hope that helps you understand that, yes, it is a complex process. Yes, we know that very few people engage in it, but if you have business concerns, regulations, laws, or issues that you want to change, you can spend a long time going down a lot of wrong paths, or you can begin to narrow the scope of activity that you're doing, do it on a more strategic basis, remove some of the obstacles that are in the way, and begin to see that you can have some success in what is generally an area reserved for, professionals who have a very clear sense of what they want to get done, how they want to get it done. And these obviously are, lobbyists, large corporations, large trade associations who are very clear on the strategy and tend to move forward doing these kinds of things. And so what we want to do is bring you some of those tools and training so you have a better understanding of what you're competing with and how you can actually move up and make a difference in the world or in your community, or solve problems that maybe the lawmakers haven't thought of, or find ways to solve things that you haven't been able to get into place, and then move those things forward. So hopefully this will help. And again, feel free to comment below and click the links, join us. We'd love to have you work with us, and you can check the links out below, and we'll see you as you move forward and success with your ideas in terms of getting a law changed. A very difficult task, but it can be done, and you should be encouraged by the fact that it can be done, and it just there is a better way. So that's part of what the message is here. So thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye-bye.